Hey y'all, I'm here to address some common fears that we as wellness coaches have heard, and that might be stopping you from embarking on the journey to being your best self. And those three common themes are cost, commitment, and change. First of all, fear of cost. Let's face it, doing this is not free, and although our coaches often offer their time, their resources, and knowledge beyond the whiteboard, diving deeper into personalized coaching is a monetary investment. So, how can we overcome that hurdle? Here's a few ways: budget and prioritize. Let's take a look at your finances. Understand, where are you spending your money? Consider reallocating funds from maybe the less essential areas to prioritize your own well-being. Make your personal well-being something that is essential to you. Budgeting tools and tips can help you to identify areas where you can potentially cut back. Many online banking apps will do this for you. It'll sort of categorize your spending areas on things like retail, food, online subscriptions. And did you know that the average American spends about $67 a week dining out? And the average American spends about $160 a week on retail. The average American spends about $15 a week on subscriptions. And so there's an opportunity to really look at those investments and understand how to invest in yourself. In the same way you've invested in those other financial commitments that I mentioned above, understand the return on investment. Many of those items have planned obsolescence, meaning they're going to eventually fade out or get old, but investing in yourself with nutrition coaching lasts a lifetime. You can also discuss payment plans. If a weekly payment plan is more conducive to your budget, have a chat with one of us. We can set up a variety of payment plans to help you pay over time. A coach will help you to overcome all of these fears. In fact, we can even help you develop those habits that work towards positive spending behaviors. We'll get into the emotional causes behind certain specific purchasing habits like retail therapy or emotional eating and drinking. The other fear that we often hear is this fear of commitment. So what is the time investment? How can I implement sort of small changes, and why does it have to be a 3-month commitment? One of the common barriers we hear is, I just can't do it. I don't have time, I'm too busy, and adding something else to the plate like tracking in an app or checking something off of a list or doing just one more thing is just out of the question. Or it's a bigger picture fear that you have to commit to 3 months. So let's break this down. Less is more. We are here to help you lessen the load. Life can be throwing you at every angle at the speed of light, kids pulling at your shirt tail while your partner is out of town, work just threw a deadline with a curveball that's due yesterday. Well, guess what? And that's never going to change. None of that will change. Stress will never change, but what will change and can change is how you respond to it. Stress response is the most common reason why people suffer with their well-being. Fight or flight, and sometimes freeze, is a natural response, and your coach can help you to tame those dragons. Ease. We make it easy. We make it so easy that it feels fake. We'll break down your goals into smaller, and even smaller steps so that we can turn a mountain into a molehill. We meet you where you are so you don't have to do the guesswork. Perspective. In the long term, commitment, it can be a little bit scary, but if we take a step back and let's see if you can recall everything that you've done in the past 3 months. Can you recall every 3-month period of your life? 3 months happens in the blink of an eye, but it's just enough time to form habits. You may have heard the saying, it takes 21 days to make a habit, and that's a good start, but we're here for sustainable, lifelong change. The final fear is exactly that, fear of change. Many times people come to us with a preconceived notion that it's all or nothing. It's, I'm going to start when I get back from vacation, or I'll start when X event is done, or I have this thing coming up, so I have something to shoot for. But by going into it with that mindset, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Just like with stress, life is not going to stop. So how can we overcome this fear of change? Shockingly, maybe, don't. You don't have to change. We are not here to make prescriptive habits. We are not assigning you a diet. We're not even telling you to give anything up. We're simply tweaking what you already do. Think of it as stacked, not packed. We are habit stacking. It's a fancy way of saying we're not adding, we're not taking away, we're weaving. For example, you might have the goal that you want to drink more water. So instead of going from 10 ounces a day, let's say that's where we're at, to 60 ounces a day, let's say that's our goal, you might start by saying, before you have a meal, take a sip of water. It's weaving your natural behavior with a desired outcome. We also go with the flow. We create habits that roll with life. Fine, vacation's coming up and we just know you're going to drink. Great. But what else can we help you focus on? Maybe it's incorporating veggies at each of your meals. Maybe it's making sure you get movement outdoors while on vacation. Or maybe it's understanding how to make a few swaps here and there to the drinks that you are choosing to be more mindful. We will help you decide what seems more reasonable. So in sum, resistance to investing in yourself can feel scary. You might have all of the reasons in the world why you shouldn't. But if you look at where you are now, do you feel in charge of your well-being? Do you feel satisfied with how you've invested in yourself? And if the answer is no, we're here to help.